Good day everyone, I'm Allan Domogoy. Today I'm going to discuss about sex and senses. For this lesson, I will be able to discuss the human senses in the context of sexual response and show appreciation of how the sensorium contributes to our experience of human sexuality. When we were children, we're taught that there are 5 bodily organs which corresponds to our primary senses that we use to explore and experience the world around us. Our eyes enables our sense of sight, or what we call visual, so that we are able to see visual stimuli, like for example, color, size, shape in the environment. Our nose also enables sense of smell, or what we call olfaction, so that we are able to experience scent. Our ears allows us to sense of hearing, or what we call audition, so that we are able to experience sounds of varying tones, pitches, and volume. Our tongue is covered with taste buds that allows us sense of taste or gustation, so that we are able to experience the taste. For example, saltness, sweetness, and bitterness of our food and other object we put in our mouth. Then, we have sensoreception in our skin, muscles, and joints, which allow us the sense of touch or feeling, so that we are able to have tactile experiences. Example, heat or its absence, various texture, various physical pressure. These 5 senses comprise our sensorium. Have you ever wondered what is the word sensorium? So sensorium is the totality of our senses and perception. So let's proceed to the next page. So senses and sexuality. There are 4 senses and sexuality. One is the visual experience, and the second is olfactory experience, the third is tactile experience, and the fourth is auditory experience. So let's proceed to visual experience. Visual experience. Humans are predominantly visual. Our societies highly rely on visual culture to create meaning and convey information. For the instance, our language has visual components, as observed from our writing systems. For example, walking down the streets, you will see a lot of signs which directs you to what to do or not to do. You will see an signage placed on business establishments to tell you where to buy groceries, ask for medical help, or go to school. It is only appropriate to utilize this visual cue since visual memory is deemed superior to the other forms. Like for example, the study of Cohen et al. In 2008. When reality is presented visually, we tend to remember them and easily retrieve them from our memory. And now let's proceed to the next slide, which is the olfactory experience. So it means we generally think of auditory experiences as the sounds we smell. So for instance, in the study by Masclarella, Antares, and Consol in 2011 explored on the preferred scent among heterosexual and homosexual males and females. The study found that heterosexual males who practiced or participated in their study tend to like wearing floral, sweet, but want musky spicy scent to be worn by their partners. Heterosexual males and homosexual females in their study preferred wearing musky spicy scents and like their partners to wear floral sweet scent. On the other hand, homosexual males who joined the study wanted to musky spicy of themselves for themselves and their partners. Scientists have tried to explain how human olfaction influences sexuality. They identified two possibilities. First, through what is referred to as signature odor, the unique way that each individual smells, which is associated with a major histocompatibility complex. Example is set of proteins signaling our immune system the presence of foreign substances. Second, through what is referred to as a pheromones, substance passively exerted by our glands, which signals moods, affects social behaviors. So for the next slide is tactile experience. Touch is observed to be an element of intimacy. Our body is covered with skin, often referred to as the largest bodily organ. Our skin totally accounts for 16 to 20% of our body weight. It is a sensitive organ as very square inch of it houses more than 1,000 nerve endings. Hence, in social interaction, particularly in intimate ones, touch hold meaning. There are only people who will allow to touch us. There are only parts of our bodies we allow people to touch. Touching, just like any other behavior, may also be governed by social norms. A sensation, touch has some elements, like for example, tactile elements, pertains to experience relative to the object being felt. It is rough, it is smooth, its surface is hard or soft. Then the second is the thermal elements. It is warm or cold. Finally, there is visual vibration. Vibration element. Is the pressure of touch strong or weak? It is the sensation moving and pulsating or steady and stationary. So let's proceed to the next slide, which is auditory experience. Social interactions are not only visual, but are also auditory process. Our human language often have verbal counterpart, the written language. In fact, historical much of our culture are passed on through oral traditions, even before the writing system was developed. Sexual activities are also verbal communication process. Sounds give additional context to sexual situation, what I mean. For instance, in sexual interaction, couple may give verbal erotic encourage, words that trigger sexual response or verbal expressions of affection, words that manifests feelings, like for example, I love you, I missed you. A survey of popular music will show that love and sex are, are among the common themes of song nowadays. This only emphasizes the value of sound in human sexuality. So that's all for the lesson 10, which is sex and senses.